Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today our topic is 4 pest campaign. This topic is related to environmental biology. I am just giving you the background of the topic. This campaign was introduced against 4 pests in China, and these pests were rats, flies, mosquitoes and sparrows. This campaign was started with the intention that rats can cause plague, flies are carrier of different parasites, mosquitoes are famous for malaria, and sparrows are eating the grains, seeds and fruits, etc. So this campaign was introduced, and here you can see the pictures of the Chinese who are working against these pests. So let's start the topic. The 4 pests campaign was one of the first action taken in the Great Leap Forward in China from 1958 to 1962. This campaign, the 4 pest campaign, it was part of the Great Leap Forward. It is a big campaign in which the Chinese government decided to lead the world in just 15 years. So they have started multiple tasks, specifically in agriculture, and this was part of that larger campaign. The 4 pests to be eliminated were rats, flies, mosquitoes and sparrows. These 4 animals were to be eliminated. The extermination of sparrows is also known as Smash Sparrow campaign or Eliminate Sparrow campaign. This campaign, specifically in case of sparrows, was also called Smash Sparrow campaign or Eliminate Sparrow campaign, which resulted in severe ecological imbalance, being one of the causes of the Great Chinese Famine. This campaign against sparrows, killing millions of sparrows, has caused ecological imbalance, and that has resulted in degradation in less production of crops, which resulted in Great Chinese Famine that killed around about 20 to 30 million people. Mao Zedong ended the campaign against sparrows and redirected the 4th focus to be bedbugs. And then Mao Zedong ended this campaign, and then he redirected the 4th focus. He removed the sparrows and ate bedbugs as the 4th pest. This campaign of 4 pests were introduced to. What was the aim of this campaign? Is a hygiene campaign aimed to eradicate the pest responsible for the transmission of pestilence and disease. These organisms, these pests were targeted because they were notorious for their pestilence is a pest, and they were also notorious as a carrier of disease. Like for example, the pest nature of a mosquito is it is eating the leaves, it depends on the grasses, and it can cause diseases like malaria. So to remove these things, this campaign was initiated. Here is an example. The mosquitoes are responsible for malaria. The rodents, the rats, that spread the plague. The pervasive airborne flies and the sparrows, specifically the Eurasian tree sparrow, which ate grain, seed, and fruit. The government also declared that birds are public animals of capitalism. According to some eyewitnesses, some people, they made many ideas. They developed many ideas to eradicate the sparrows, and these ideas include citizen. For example, citizen would bang pots and pans so that sparrows would not have a chance to rest on tree branches and would fall dead from the sky. Sparrow nests were also destroyed, eggs were broken, and chicks were killed. In addition to these tactics, citizens also resorted to simply shooting the birds down from the sky. These mass attacks depleted the sparrow population, pushing it to near extinction. If you check these few lines, so they have used many tactics to finish the sparrows. They killed the chicks, they broke the eggs, they removed the nest, and so on. Furthermore, contests were held among enterprises, government agencies, and schools in cleanliness. Non-material rewards were given to those who handled in the largest number of the red tails, dead flies, and mosquitos or dead sparrows. They were given rewards. It is a summary of this paragraph that according to radio, picking is the old name of Beijing. Round about 300,000 soldiers were deployed. A soldier contained the force that contained the students, the farmers, and the police, and everyone. So they were round about 300,000. Here is another example given. Some sparrows found refuge in extraterritorial premises of various diplomatic missions in China. The personnel of Polish embassy in Beijing denied the Chinese request of entering the premises of the embassy to scare away the sparrow who were hiding there, and as a result, the embassy was surrounded by people with drums. After 2 days of constant drumming, the Poles had to use shovels to clear the embassy of dead sparrow. So this is an example. The Polish embassy denied the access of the people or the soldier to the embassy to kill the sparrow, but they started drumming around these embassy for 2 days, and they were compelled to help in eradication of sparrows. What were the effects? By April 1960, Chinese leaders changed their opinion due to the influence of ornithologist Su Cheng, who pointed out that sparrows ate large number of insects as well as grain. This ornithologist suggested that if they are eating grain, so they are eating insects as well. Rather than being increased, rice yield after the campaign was substantially decreased. So they were killing the sparrow for their negative effect of eating grains, but after killing the sparrow, this amount of rice were decreased down. It was decreased down. Mao ordered the end of the campaign against sparrow, replacing them with bedbugs. As the extermination of sparrow upset the ecological balance, and insects destroyed crops as a result of the absence of natural predator. So what was the actual problem? That the sparrows extinction has allowed the insects which was eaten by the sparrow earlier. These insects then started destroying the crops. By the time, however, it was too late, with no sparrow to eat them, locust population ballooned, swarming the country and compounding the ecological problems already caused by the Great Leap Forward, including widespread deforestation and misuse of poisons and pesticides. Ecological imbalance is credited with exacerbating the Great Chinese Famine, in which 15 to 45 million people died of starvation. This is a rough estimate. Some people say 20 million, some 30 million, but it was around 15 to 45 million people which were killed of starvation, died of starvation, and that was because of the sparrow elimination. Now they need sparrow. The Chinese government eventually resorted to importing 250,000 sparrows from Soviet Union to replenish their population. So at the end they just requested other countries including Russia for sparrows, and they introduced it again in their native land, and the system became normalized after many decades. Thank you.